Deputy Inspector General of Police who had great interest in the same. As a result, my lords, we were not able to meet, and that is the message we are communicating with a copy of the ministry. We deeply regret this. My lord, that having been said, in our discussion with Counsel for the respondents this morning, we did indicate that whereas we agree with substantially the proposal which was submitted to us this morning, we wish to add some more proposals in writing. We did propose to them that with your guidance and permission, it would be to go through the document and give our comments, and we file a joint one, as you may guide. After that, my lords, we also did indicate to Council that we would be filing about 50 affidavits within the course of today, and all conditions allowing, we would be filing another 50, if you permit, by Monday. And those are substantially the gist of the case. Others may come in with your permission and leave as we progress with the matter. We also proposed that in a bid to save time, after filing, we would generate our skeleton legal arguments for purposes of submission, so as to give advance notice of what we intend to do in the course of next week. Our prayer, my lords, again with apology, is to have the pre-hearing session adjourned to another convenient date, as you may be pleased, where we undertake to be more organized, prepared, and definitive in how we move. I believe by that time we would have sorted out most of the issues that are to do with the scheduling of the matter, including documents, some of which may not be discussed now without them attached to affidavits which are yet to be filed. Therefore, my Lord, humbly pray that you be pleased to grant us more time to come up with those documents, serve them onto the opposite counsel. Perhaps at the next hearing, we would have, or both parties would have, a full and clearer position of each other. My Lord, also to give notice to Council, but we shall be more precise subsequently, of our intention to file an application for discovery of some documents and materials which we believe are critical to the determination of this case. We have already requested for some of the documents from the Electoral Commission, and we have not been graced with a response. We hope in the course of 1 or 2 days we would have agreed with the Electoral Commission whether to give them to us as requested or to make a formal application to court, because these are documents we believe are critical and we may not be in a position to proceed effectively and effectually without them. I pray, my lords, and with the indulgence of my colleagues across, that we be granted that time. Thank you, my lord.
Yes, Learned Attorney General, what is your response?
Thank you, my lord. Of course, my lord, the risk of intermittent filing of evidence is that then, of course, it requires counsel for the respondents to evaluate, reevaluate, and depending on from what locus, requires to have rebuttals, and all this takes time. Whereas, of course, it is imperative for us to prepare adequately for the respondent's case. The timeframes, I will not tire to say, are set. Time is of the essence. And again, at the risk of repetition, Article 104(3) of the Constitution makes it mandatory, as does Section 59(3) of the Presidential Elections Act, about the timeframes. Now, my lords, as counsel for the petitioner has just said, we did have a discussion with them this morning, and they did point out the areas that they had some issues with. It is our opinion that those areas can be discussed and finalized now, this very morning, seeing that this was the day set for the pre-hearing, and that upon disposal of that, then that this court may be pleased to guide us on the further timetable, my lords.
Well, thank you so much, learned counsel, for the parties. As you are all aware, a presidential election petition is one which, by the Constitution, the Presidential Elections Act, and the rules, must be determined expeditiously and within a time frame. The court has no power to expand, there's no latitude to expand this time frame. Beginning Tuesday the 2nd of this month, last Tuesday last week, we must determine this matter within 45 days. It is really, really important that we abide by this timeline, because we may end up with a crisis. We have to apportion time for each stage, for each action in the process. We have to give it reasonable time. The law gives what it considers reasonable time, 15 days, within which to file a petition when one is aggrieved. The law gives very limited time frame for response by the respondent, 3 days, whereas in the ordinary civil matters, one is given 15 days. For a presidential election petition, it is 3 days for the response. It's 10 days today since time began running. We've used 10 days out of the 45 days. Lord Counsel Lubega, the petitioner was expected to have filed affidavits, either together with the petition or soon thereafter. You've utilized 10 days. I have not seen one, unless you filed one this morning. But we count the period. You ought to have filed affidavits as your time. Accordingly then, this is the timeline court is giving to the parties. quite strict if we are to fulfill the legal requirement prescribed in the Constitution, the Presidential Elections Act, and the rules made thereunder. We give the petitioner an additional period of up to Sunday the 14th, that is this coming Sunday, to file all affidavits. So beginning today up to Sunday 14th, the petition is expected to have filed all affidavits. That gives you the benefit of about 14-15 days from the date you filed the petition. The respondents, and I'm going to guide you on how service will be done. The respondents on whom service would have been done already have up to Saturday the 20th of this month to file their own affidavits. The petitioner will have up to Monday 23rd this month to file any affidavits that may be required in rejoinder. On the 24th, we will continue with the process you are not able to conduct today. The prayer you were making, learned Counsel Lubega. You will then have sufficient time to have discussed, to have had the benefit of the various affidavit evidence from both sides or from all the sides, and present to this court on the 24th of this month the scheduling memorandum, which would indicate what you have agreed on, what are your points of divergence. Then we arrive at the issues for determination by this court. Then on the 24th itself, if there are any applications to make, you have the opportunity to present those applications to court on the 24th. But I need to point out, and I particularly appeal to counsel for the respondents. There is absolutely no reason why the petitioner must apply to court for discoveries. If there are any documents in the possession of your clients which the petitioner wants to use, they should be availed easily. There's absolutely no reason why counsel must have to apply to court and court has to give an order. In the interest of the due process, I expect Counsel Lubega and your team liaise with the Attorney General, who is the lead counsel on the other side, so that if you need any document from any of the three parties, it should be availed. Then if there are difficulties, then the matter can come before us. So when we are done with the pre-hearing scheduling, the trial, on the 24th, then we will proceed to written submissions. Written submissions is going to be a major component of the hearing. The petitioner will have up to Saturday the 27th of February to file their written submissions. The respondents, all of them, will have up to the 2nd of March this year to respond, and the petitioner will have up to March the 4th for any rejoinder that may be necessary. Then on Friday the 5th of March, the court will accord learned counsel for the parties the opportunity to make oral submissions strictly for purposes of highlighting. Strictly for purposes of highlighting, not again to come and cover the entire submission. The learned lordships are able to read and internalize whatever you will put down. So, counsel on both sides. You are a responsible person, you're led by senior learned counsel on both sides. You know what material court needs to make your case. You know what material court needs to defeat the case put by the other side. Please do not meander all over the world. Do not bring us volumes from the floor to the ceiling. We really need to know what you have in your arsenal to make your case. I believe counsel understand what I'm saying. And on that 5th of March, your submissions in highlighting will be for 30 minutes, strictly 30 minutes. When your 30 minutes clocks, the Chief Justice will have the unpleasant duty to ask you to sit down. And then rejoinder would be for 20 minutes, and that will conclude the hearing. No, I haven't concluded, then we can. Before that, on the 25th to the 26th, court would avail you the opportunity to cross-examine witnesses that you would have notified court, and counsel for the other side you intend to cross-examine. Court would avail you the opportunity to present whatever electronic evidence which you would have applied for, if any. Then subsequently we go to the highlighting of the oral submissions I've already talked about.
I beg your pardon, my lord, on the date for the visual electronic evidence.
Yes.
On the date, my lord.
Come again?
Yeah. I beg your pardon on the date when that electronic evidence may be presented.
25th to 26th.
Also obliged, my lord.
Yes, of February. There are 2 days for cross-examinations and for receipt of any electronic evidence that may arise. And as I said, 5th, we'll have the oral highlight of written submissions already in court's possession. The court will then retire and use the duration of 7th to 18th, which I think is 10 days, to write its summary judgment to be delivered on the 18th of March, so that we are within the 45-day period. As you can understand, if you disturb this schedule, we'll run into problems. We've given you sufficient times. We do not intend that the little time we have given court to avail you the opportunity to present your case should be eaten up more. So everybody will do everything that needs to be done to ensure that we keep within this time frame if we are to render justice in the matter before us. The other direction is court is going to set up desk for representatives of counsel for all the parties. The moment an affidavit is filed or any document is filed, the court will serve on your representative in court. That will ease the problem of my learned counsel is saying he has 50 affidavits and another 50. That's okay. But then the three respondents will have a desk each, just like the petitioner will also have a desk each provided by court here. The moment the document is filed, it is immediately served on the opposite side. This is really done for purposes of expediting, for purposes of ensuring that we don't run into problems, say, we were not served, we were not open, and so on and so forth. In this regard, the Saturdays and Sundays, beginning next week and subsequently, up to the time when there is need to file documents, the registry of the Supreme Court will be open. It will be a working day for the court from 9 to 5 o'clock. And we hope, and it is in your interest, that on each of those days and subsequently, when documents are supposed to be served, please maintain the presence of a representative who must have a stamp of the law firm representing, or one of the law firms representing the petitioner and each of the respondents, so that when the document is served on you, you're able to stamp on the court copy and sign that you've received. I believe I'm clear on this. Is there any question? No? Are you seeking any clarification? Yes, Counsel Kiwanuka.
Yes, may it please your Lordship and honorable members of the Supreme Court, honorable Justice of the Supreme Court. Everything is pretty much clear.
No, you have to tell these machines what your name is. It doesn't recognize you until you...
Most obliged. Yes. For the record, my Lord, my name is Chiriwa Chwanuka, Counsel for the first respondent. My Lord, pretty much everything is clear, save for one issue on electronic evidence. We understand that the same will have to be filed with affidavits and served on the parties so that we can be able to challenge it either with counter evidence or challenge it legally. Because the dates were given for receiving electronic evidence which was outside the time for service of affidavits. But we just want to clarify that by the time they are presented for viewing, they would have been introduced properly using an affidavit so that we can be able to put in affidavits in response and or challenge them legally.
That's the law, no?
Yes, my Lord.
Yes.
Most obliged.
So you cannot bring an electronic evidence except by affidavit.
Most obliged.
By the time we reach that date, it should be on record.
Most obliged, my
Lord. Then we determine its reception and admissibility. Yes. Any yes.
My Lord, I can only say it's axiomatic, and we shall follow the rules.
You follow the rules. Thank
yes.
you. Yes, my Lord.
I just wanted to inform Counsel Kewa. That's why we have given you a night schedule for filing arguments. Unlike in the previous petitions, where affidavits were. I'm saying that is why we gave a strict timeline for filing all affidavits. Unlike in the previous petitions, where affidavits were filed, sometimes throughout the hearing, then the parties will not know each other's case. And then you have this trial by ambush going on in the petition, and I think that's what we want to discourage. So when you bring your electronic evidence, we must introduce them by way of affidavits, so that on the 24th, we shall now be viewing them. But they will have already been shared with each other. Thank you.
Let me emphasize this. Thank you, my Lord. Let me emphasize. You see, we've lost 10 days. And there is no way we can cover the 10 days. So the strict timeline I have given for filing affidavit evidence, you'll be lucky if you will be allowed to file an affidavit evidence outside of that timeline. So you really got to go and do work. Because there's a great danger. It will lead to serious ramification if we expand the latitude that you can file an affidavit whenever you want. So the timeline I've given for these actions is really strict. It is also strict on the court. The court must, all those volumes, the court must determine within a space of 10 days. So similarly, you must do your work within the timeline court has given. Thank you.
Can I emphasize? Can I emphasize?
Yes.
Yes. Go first? No. Okay. I just want to emphasize that the registry staff have been instructed very strictly to reject any document that is brought outside the timelines we've given you. We don't want to find documents on our files in the morning of the hearing that has been filed outside the timeline given. So if you are late, forget. They will not receive your document, and you'll have only yourself to blame. Okay? Thank you.
Thank you, my Lord. I just wanted also to emphasize that if there is any correspondence, Counsel Lubega, you mentioned that you had written to the second respondent. I'm not aware if that correspondence has been put on the court record or copied in on the court record. So this, again, to expedite or to assist the court in reviewing, who has taken which initiative and where there are any difficulties, like the Chief Justice has said, if the parties are corresponding to each other, they must copy in to the court so that court can be updated at all time where you are.
My Lord, we undertake to do that going forward.
Okay.
And just let me follow up on that. I really appeal to counsel, especially counsel on both sides. This is about justice. This is about determining whether the grievance before this court has got merit or not. It's not about winning. It is only when you seek to win that you can say, I'm going to deny this document, I'm going to be this. It is. And let me also say, it's not about the petitioner. The question before court is about whether and how we can have an election which everybody is satisfied by. So please, the moment counsel pursues a winning attitude, by all means, by all means, then we deviate from the purpose for which we are here. And elections are not about the candidates. It's about you and me. It's about our country. So I expect total cooperation. I expect decorum. I expect that we pursue. We are going to investigate. We are going to inquire into the grievance which has been presented before court. And because of this, yes, Counsel.
My Lord, my name is Joseph Matsiko for
Yes.
the second respondent.
Yes.
My Lords, with your permission, I'd just like to clarify. For the record,
Is the mic on?
and to clear the record, my lords, that Counsel for the Petitioner has not served on us any letter requesting for any documents. We have not received any such letter. So I just wanted to clarify that impression. So it's not true that we were served with any letter requesting for any documents, my lords.
Thank you. Whatever the position is, either two, subsequent to this sitting of court today, we expect total cooperation. We expect that learned counsel, whose responsibility is primarily to this court and then secondly to their clients, will do everything in their power to see that justice is done. Learned Attorney General, you're head of bar, you know this. It includes availing your opponent, in quotes, authorities which they may not have, which would help their case, but you have it. That's really what it means. If Mr. Kiwanuka has some authority which Counsel Lubega has never heard of, and it improves on Counsel Lubega's case, the professionality of legal practice says you avail it to the other side. And that's how we should proceed. Yes. It's what makes the legal profession beautiful. It is why you're called learned. You're not just educated, but learned. So it comes with responsibility. Then finally, and this to both parties, to all the parties, the four parties, to the media, there are rules about court cases. They are age-old, and they are there for a purpose. The petitioner has chosen to come to court. He has not chosen to go and present his case in a marketplace. Leave the courts to do their work. And this begins from counsel. I have seen in the print media, I have seen on TV, some people appearing, we shall defeat this case. This is the forum where you can defeat the case. This is the forum where you can succeed to overturn the outcome of the presidential elections that was held on the 14th and declared on the 16th. Nowhere else. We will not take kindly to anyone, more so counsel, or the parties who have chosen to come to court, who have been dragged to court, now thinking that having had their day in court, they must also have another day elsewhere. We are here because you believe in the rule of law, which is a commendable thing. We are here because you believe, left to do their work, this court can do something. Leave the courts of law to sit down and render justice, as is their mandate to do. Let us not misuse social media. If we choose to go to social media to inform, let us give factual information on what transpired in court. That is permissible. Not this disparaging and mud throwing and so on and so forth. For those of you who are old enough, you should know the alternative to a court of law. It is until you're put with a situation where you have a military tribunal. We have seen this before, handling purely civic matters like this. Then you'll cry for a court of law. Some of us are old enough, we saw this happening, where kangaroo justice was meted out. We saw it in this country. So my appeal to those who are old enough like me is to remind them to recall. And for those of you who are unfortunately not as old as I am, to know that the court of justice, the court of law, it may not be perfect, but you don't want the alternative to the court of law. So whatever you do, let us strengthen the courts of law to do their work. And this does not apply to the presidential elections petition only. There are other petitions which are coming parliamentary and for local government. Let us act with responsibility. This is our country. I do not own it more than you do. Nor do you own it more than I do. We own it together. We can destroy it together, or we can lift it up together. And posterity will judge us either in commendation or very harshly, depending on how we handle the opportunity that is present before us.
With the permission, I think, again, to set the record straight, I did not say that any communication with respect to what I said has been shared with Counsel for the second respondent. We have been corresponding with the Electoral Commission.
No, that's okay,
Yes.
Learned Counsel Lubega, for me, my point is, from now, whatever has transpired, you know, we can spend the whole day saying you did, you didn't do, but I am saying from now, I expect, I do not want learned counsel whose responsibility is to me primarily. Then because of that, they have a responsibility to the petitioner or to the respondents to look at one another as if they are opponents. They are not. They only believe that their client has a case. The other person says it is their client who has a case. And you have to present that before us. So I expect that the Attorney General will give you maximum cooperation, Counsel for the first respondent, the second respondent. They will all give you maximum cooperation. And similarly, they may want some information from you. We expect it is, yes, it's not a one-way traffic. There's need for reciprocation. What you need from them, if they need something from you, I expect total cooperation. And that's how it should be. Thank you. So, unless something comes up by way of application, you've understood the timeline and when we will converge again here. Please follow the timeline given by court. Then we can all do this together and come to a determination for the good of our country. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, my Lord, the Chief Justice. This is just to say that on behalf of the respondents, we thank you for the guidance that you have given us. The timelines are all crystal clear. And as far as the respondents are concerned, we intend to abide by everything. We thank you very much.
Okay.
My Lord, I think the Attorney General has abdicated on his statutory responsibility to represent the entire bar.
Yes.
But for the petitioner...
I was about to say that. That in his concluding remark, he should have spoken for the bar, yes.
We thought he would not discriminate against us, but we take it with grace, my Lord.
Court takes it that he misspoke.
Oh, sure.
Yes.
I want to assume, and my Lord, for the record, that he was thanking you on behalf of the entire bar. And I think it is fortunate that some of us are not as old as yourself, my Lord, because we have somebody to follow from.
Okay.
Yes, we do not undertake or intend to advise on the alternative to this court.
Mm-hmm.
We are guided by the perennial conduct of court that we must always come here as the last person.
Yeah.
And it is our responsibility that we shall be here.
Thank you.
We do not intend to see that tribunal you have talked about. We have seen a semblance of it in much India, but we think we'll get over it. Thank you,
I
my lord.
believe we will not see a military tribunal again. This is my belief. But all that I'm saying is, whatever deficiency the court of law may have, it is an institution. You don't want to go back. We have seen the alternative to a court of law. So in whatever we do, because we love our country, we may differ. Even on points of law, we may differ. But it is the duty of counsel, it is the duty of every Ugandan to strengthen the court of justice and ensure that it properly contributes to the stability and economic development of this country. There is no alternative. Thank you. Yes.
How can I?
Yes, friends, thanks for watching. Thanks for always following up. Yes, the election petition hearing, of course, it has kicked off today, and I'll be in a position of getting it to you live. If I fail to at least give you the video straight from the court, I'll make sure at least I get you audio, just like I've done today. And because we would love to follow each and every word that comes out of their lips, as in both parties, you understand. So that has been, this is just a pre-hearing, as in the court, the Supreme Court, the parties involved setting terms on how, you know, the incoming or the proceedings to come or the hearings to come are going to go on. Just you've heard from Owiny Doro setting up terms crystal clear. So guys, I'm sure for now I'm going to first give it a pause. All you need to know, it is still ongoing, and just like I've told you, I'll be giving it to you live. I'll be giving it to you live. If I fail to give you video, at least I'll bring to you the audio, because all we want to get is the information. Yeah, the information, it has to flow, it has to go viral. Remember, our mainstream media is compromised. Facebook is still down. By the way, social media is back, but Facebook, as in Facebook, for it is still off. So the ban on Facebook has not been lifted. The ban on Facebook has not been lifted. You can use WhatsApp, Instagram, Twitter, and all other apps in the social media domain, but you cannot access Facebook. So that's why there are challenges. You see less live videos on inside the court, you understand. Actually, it was on the NTV and the BBS Telefina, if I'm not mistaken. So simply because our online journalists, most of them, they depend on Facebook, and in most cases VPN is a bit challenging sometimes. yeah, sometimes it can be a challenge. Sometimes, you know, the network can be challenged. But all in all, we are devising, and of course we are coming up with the way forward, and very soon we shall communicate, of course, any alternative to this crisis very soon. Remember last time I came up and gave you that link to download that app. It's called Link Up, but when we actually, that link I gave you for Link Up, when we uploaded it on Play Store, and you guys, I gave you the link. I made a post on Facebook, and because it could bypass VPN, it could bypass OTT tax. So the post got very many insights. Very many insights. Within 1 day, it had garnered over 150,000 people within just a few hours, actually. So very many people downloaded the app and all that kind of thing. But when the government got to know about it, they blocked it. So that app is also under the basket of those that you have to access after, paying. Using VPN and all that kind of thing. So, but just know that we are not seated. We are not seated, and the alternatives are on the way. We have to reconnect Uganda. We are a generation that doesn't just move on. We won. We voted for Kyagulanyi Ssentamu Robert, aka Bobiwine, and guess what? We have to do whatever we can do to reclaim our victory. And guess what? We shall overcome all this. So even this social media ban, where majority of us depend on Facebook to give you this information, and in most cases not everyone is user friendly to VPN and all that kind of thing, we shall of course have an alternative very soon, very soon, very soon. An alternative that will as well enable you to go live, just like it was on Facebook. An alternative that will allow you to post audio. You'll be like on Instagram, you'll be like on Facebook, you'll be like on WhatsApp. So it's a fusion, it's a combination of audio, video, photos. It doesn't discriminate as in terms of graphics. You can even files and all that kind of thing. So be ready. Anytime soon we shall be unveiling that officially. But please, this is not the official communication channel of NUP, so don't take these words as if they are coming from NUP. No, we are just concerned citizens, lovers of change, and the patriotic Ugandans. That's all. However much very many people incline us to, when they see posts coming from JB Muwonge Facebook page, like, Beban, this is a network of sponsored bloggers and all that kind of thing. So for them, they caught us in that kind of bracket. But guess what? You understand? We're just angry and hungry for a non-fictional social, economic and political change, and we are not going to lay our tools down until we achieve that. I always say dictators as if they are in the same WhatsApp group, because they share similar tactics of keeping their people in slavery, torturing them, kidnapping them. The same kind of script dictator Museveni is using. It doesn't differ so much from the script Gaddafi was using. Doesn't differ so much from the script Mugabe, Mobutu Sese Seko, Charles Taylor, and very many other dictators, Omar Bashir, very many others. It's the same script, but there is one common denominator. They always go the same way because they fail to, respect the law. They see themselves as God. They see as if they are above the law. They are untouchables, and that also their mindset affects those that support them. Those that support them think that they are insulated from the realities that prevail in most cases. But guess what? They always go the same way. So soon or later, even Museveni is going to go. That's the fact. Change is a fact of life. Oppressed people can never be oppressed forever. That one you know. So, what am I trying to say? However much we finished the elections and the outcomes, of course, they hurt so much of us. But of course, we anticipated that. You saw that all the way from the campaigns, consultations, the campaigns, and then during the elections, and then after elections. So, but this is a process. Taking down a dictator in any country is a process. It's a series of episodes that, sometimes are not going to be good. Some are going to be good. Some are going to be bad. Some are going to be worst. But guess what? At the end of it all, the oppressed people always win. So this is a process. We finish the elections. Now court. If all lawful means fail, you know what is going to happen. So kindly allow me to, let me see. Yeah, allow me to stop here for now. Let me first hold on a minute. I see anything, if there is any developing story here that I would do as well. I need to share with you before. Okay, let me give you Honorable Joel Senyonyi as he gives his submission after the pre-hearing. Let me give it to you. That is Honorable Joel Senyonyi, MP Nakawest. This is actually our spokesperson.
Machine kwa jini kwa mutatu. Machine reka na kwa jini kwa mutatu. Uende walie. Let's go there. Toka ma sound if
bakyagenda okuwambibwa era nga olumala okubaturukunya nga abantu bakyategeera nga bamaze okugamba okubacyankalanya singa mulaba ku bantu abo bannange teri mutera yanjagala okuyisa mu mbeera nekyetusaba kooti eri y'amazima okugamba ebitongole bikumaddembe kya Uganda kateri ku nfuga y'amateeka so si nfuga ya kinnamagye oba nfuga ya kiwanga bantu si yenkola gyetwagala.
So do you think, in English, do you think court can make considerable intervention in this case because it has been presented before?
Yes, at the right moment, if the situation persists the way it is, then we shall apply to court because the court has the mandate to issue orders related to the protection of witnesses. So if the situation persists the way it is, then we shall have no other options but to move court to seek its guidance in the protection of our witnesses until the end of the case.
Olowooza kooti erina kyeyinza okukola okukendeeza ekintu kino naddala ku bantu abo abalina obujulizi obulina okuleetebwa ku kooti?
Yes, kooti erina obuyinza bungi naddala okukuuma bawitnesses. Kati embeera eno eriwo ey'okutaataaganya abajulizi baffe singa egenda mu maaso n'etakyukako, tujja kusaba kooti essa ebiragiro ebiwa obukuumi abajulizi baffe okubeera safe, okubeewaza okuwambibwa, okubatulugunya, okusobola okubajja ku mulamwa obuvubuzi. Kooti ejja kuyisa ebiragiro ebibakuuma okutuusa nga omusango
Amanyi
Kalule Frederick Robert munnamateeka wa NUG munnamateeka wa kyalo.
Counsel, briefly.
tukomawo nga 24 February
24 kyekigenda okubaawo tekitakoleddwa
24 free trial hearing. Tubadde tulina obuzibu nti waliwo abajulizi baffe abaali bawambibwa naye nga bakamala okusiibwa mu bitundu bya Uganda ebyenjawulo ate nga obujulizi bwabwe bukulu. Kati kooti etuwadde tayimu eno tubeere nga tuleeta obujulizi bwabwe omubuwandiike then ku lunaku olwo nga 24 February kooti etyoka ebitundu nga byonna buli written. Kati 24 batuwadde schedule nga bw'ogirabye ya dates ez'enjawulo kuba kujja obujulizi obw'enjawulo n'obateeka ku stand n'ocross examining buli side ejja kubuuza abajulizi baginayo ebibuuzo then oluvannyuma tulemu arguments zaffe ezisembayo ffe nga bannamateeka bakyagulanyi biki bye tusinziirako okugamba nti akalulu kano kakwatibwa mu ngeri mbi ne bali bagambe nti kakwatibwa mu ngeri nnungi oluvannyuma kooti egusale nga 18 March byabiro. So it's just arguments. Tugezaako okukinyonyola kooti naye nga omanyi nti presidential election petitions ine ennaku 45 zikokulanga buli kimu kimu balina okurespekta timelines. So bagambye tebalina kyakukola ezo zokka ennaku ze balina okufisinga mu buli kimu n'olwekyo buli omu afube alabe ng'akolera mwezi ennaku.
Kati nakuzaako emabega mwabawaabi munaku meka zebaba babadde okukola bino nga tetunatuuka nga okusayiremba bali okuddamu.
Kati leero kati batuwadde nga 14 February. So 14 February byokwosencha yeah, I think it's a Sunday okubeera nga tuteekamu ebyo ebirayiro byaffe ebyaba abantu ababadde babuzibwawo then nga 2 February bali bannaffe nabo bateekamu ebirayiro byabwe by'abantu baabwe then nga 23 February tubeere nga tuddamu kwebyo bannaffe byanaba bataddemu obujulizi bwabwe banaabeera baleese bwe tuddamu ebituli tuddemu tugambe kooti nti yayadde babuleese naye baali eyo timelines zebawadde katotuuka tudda wano nga 24 February abalamuzi babeere nga bibasabye n'okuwandiikibwa nga babikubuuza face to face kino kiri kita kino kiri kitanga byoddamu.
Okay, so yeyo embera eriwo mwaba tukogerako ku page naye kyenjago bategeeza tebinaba nabagambye tuli mu kooti eno Supreme Court ne waliwo ate kooti y'abantu singa byonna binaba biganye of course nze nsubira tibigenda kukola naye singa byonna biganye nebitabeera ku saidi yaffe kooti egenda kudda mu bannayuganda bagenda okuba nga basalawo ekyekomeredde so tukyalwana tewali kuzikiza naye njaga okubajjukiza tukyalwikinga out eri baganda baffe bebasiba ne bebaata twakoze press conference yesterday ndoza mwagirage netweyawulamu contradictions amaanyi so tweyawuddemu mbasaba honorable Segirimya Sama Uganda Kavuma Owana Struggle honorable Mulu James Page Nesami owadde Mighty Family band abantu abo twabawadde abantu abo bwe baba batuukirira muyimire nabo bayambe baganda baffe abakyali mu makomera n'abavaayo naye nga struggle ekyagenda mu maaso ffe weetuli tewali kuzikiza twagala buwanguzi baffe Museveni bakalubu kaffe ensi yonna ekimanyi tugenda kulwana paka ku lasiti mwe njaga okwanira n'abo abakwata abantu mu drone naffe ngaffe since gavumenti ya gavumenti tebamanyiiko kati naffe twatandise okulaba nti tugenda kwerwanako kubanga tulinga n'abateralisiti bw'olaba tulani yonna yonna ngenda beetwala girabe ng'omulabewo girabe ng'omuntu azza okugyawo obulamu bwo naawe kola ky'osobola okukola tewali kuzikiza ffe tetugenda kudda mabega twagala buwanguzi bwaffe ate tetugenda kudda mabega ne mukulu nange namulabe kulonga abalaata ng'ayogerera ekisiru ebintu ebimu nange byayogera ku Ziggy Wine oza mujjukira bulungi bwe twali ku Ziggy Wine nayogera ebyekisiru musimanya Ziggy Wine accident yamukoze nga bamaze omutema kwengalo bbiri nga bamwokyeza paasi ebintu ebimu byali mu kuddamu okubalaata mukulu nange weeberera oli musajja mukulu nange ozaala olina abazzukulu lekera awo kubanga oyogera ebyekisiru batusobola kubanga bwoba tulina byakwogera toddamu kwogera mu kamera nemulabye ngegula abalaata abaana omwana bamukwata ne bamuwamba ne bamutema kwengalo ne bamwokya buli wamu ebifaananyi weebiri musimanya accident byogero tebikwatagana ntugenda kulwana paka lasiti okulaba nga eggwanga lino eno lizuninjibwa
tujja kuyamba not ready to promote foundation nokubatago Honorable Mukulikeyo. Honorable Mukulikeyo mukama wa. Kibadde kitulese olwaleero.
Leero tuze mu kooti mu kye bayita pre-conference nga bakuli hearing okuba nti tuteekateeka n'okukkaanya enjuyi ez'enjawulo oluwaabi n'enjuyi zonna ezitwawawaabidde mu presidential petition eno number 1 eya 2021 okulaba nti tuharmonizinga enteekateeka y'empaaba yaffe naye olwokuba tukinyonyodde kooti nti ffe obujulizi bwaffe obumu tebunnatuuka kubanga abamu abakuba ebirayiro betwagala okuba ebirayiro okuleeta mu kooti babadde babuzibwawo nga bawambibwa abamu bateereddwa jjo alina okuteebwa ne poliisi negana naye kyabanoonyerezaako kati nekitukeereyo okuba nti tekiba kyabwenkanya ogenda mu maaso ogamba tuwanyisiganya engeri gyetugenda okuwozaamu nga ffe obumu obujulizi tebunaba kujja ku record ate nga n'obumu obujulizi twagala busaba bitongole ebikwatibwa mu akakiiko k'ebyokulonda tebinabakola ki kubanga bibutuwa so otusabye kooti nekkiriza netwongerayo akadde okuba tuteekateeka byonna ebibulayo at least pageragezo omwezi 14 tube nga bijja ku kooti record ate netuwa n'enkola mwegenda okuyitira okuba nti ewuliriza omusango gwonna paka olunaku lwegenda okusalawo nga 18 March tulowooza nti tugenda kugoberera timeline kooti zeseetinze naye ate twagala okwongeramu amaanyi mu kweteekateeka kwaffe naddala okulaba nti obujulizi bwaffe tugenda otuula wansi okuwanyisiganyanga enjuyi zonna nga bonna bumaze okujja ku court file tugenda bukolako ku nnambiro era tugenda kugoberera timeline za kooti zeewadde kyetugumya bannayuganda nti tusuubira obwenkanya kyatweta mu kooti era tugenda kulwana paka kyonna ekisoboka okulaba nti tumatiza kooti bwebunanyizibwa bwaffe ate kooti obuyinza bwayo bwakusalawo
honorable toyenze nnyo kiki kyetusuubira ng'ennaku z'omwezi nga 14 ki ekibaleeta
ennaku z'omwezi 14 tugira kuba tumaliriza okufayiringa kuba mu timeline kooti zeewadde ennaku z'omwezi 14 tuba tumaliriza kyebayita okufayiringa affidavits ez'abajulizi baffe ab'enjawulo n'abawaabira abantu kulenge paka ennaku z'omwezi 2 ate nga 23 tube nga twanukula byabataddewo ekiba kitulese wano olwaleero tujjako mawo ennaku z'omwezi 24 okuddamu kyebayita pre-hearing okulaba nti tukola nsonga ki tetukanyizaako nsonga ki zetutakanyizaako ate olwo tukomewo ennaku z'omwezi 27 tukole kyebayita written submission oba engeri gyetugenda okuwozaamu mubuwandiike ate olwo March ate olwo nga 5 March kooti etuwa omukisa kuzoogera okuzipresentinga mu bigambo oba kuzoogera eri kooti oba written submission tugamba ejja tuwa eddakiika 3 ate nga 25 na 26 February okunyaba ne cross examination obujulizi bwe tulina obwa vidiyo obwa kamera n'okubuuza n'abajulizi bwe twagala cross examininga bwe bajja okulabikako olwongenaku z'omwezi 18 kooti weesuubiza okutuwa ensalawo yaayo 18 March kooti etuwa ensalawo yaayo tulowooza nti tugenda kugoberera timeline za kooti zetuwadde
yenze nnyo honorable mwebale nnyo mwebalire ddala byonna bye mutukolera
amin
eyokuba nti twayagala okubeera nga tulaga eggwanga nti tuli bagoberezi b'amateeka kyebatusibako tuli bakozi bafujjo twagala kwonoona ggwanga tubalage nti twagala kutuusa muki buyinza mu mazima na bwenkanya nga tukozeseza emikutu emituufu egyateekebwamu mu mateeka era netujja mu kooti okubalaga ensonga eyokusatu twagala ku exposinga obujagalalo okulinyirira amateeka okubali mu kitundu ky'okulonda nabo bennyini bakyerabyeko nabo bennyini babitunde bagende naye baneffe twakola bino osanga baneekuba mu kifo ne bagamba muntuufu ebitusiga vunanyizibwa so essaawa eno Supreme Court yekwatiridde bannayuganda bonna n'eggwanga lino okulaba nga ewuliriza omusango omugwerufu nga talina gwenyigidde ku liiso ate nebeera nga esala amazima n'obwenkanya eno Supreme Court ya Uganda ye Supreme Court of the land neweba ina kyesazeewo nga kikunyigiriza obanga wandigambye nti owaaye tokisobola olina okuguma nakyo n'okigoberera kubanga ye kooti esembayo ekyokubiri bannyonnyodde kubanga okusinziirira ku tteeka balina okuwulira presidential petition eno mu nnaku 45 tubadde tusabye ffe okutuuka ku mmande okulaba nga tufayirinze affidavits naye ne batugamba nti akali tubawadde paka ku Sande era nga bwe mulabye lead counsel waffe naffe nga bateeka ba Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu tukkiriza ne tugamba nti timelines tujja respectinga lwakuba nti tubanyonyodde ekizibu kyaffe lwaki tetubadde tunabikola mu budde ti abantu baffe abamu abajulizi ate babadde bakyali bawambe era abamu infact bakasuulibwa ku streets ez'enjawulo eyo concern tugibalase naye ate nabo ne balaga concern y'okugondera etteeka okubeera nti balina okumala petition eno mu nnaku 45 era kyova olaba nti bawadde dates paka ddala lwe banaakusala so tulina kugenda nekyebasazeewo kubanga bwe nagamba NUP Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu si bamenyi b'amateeka wabula bagondera amateeka
abaana abaasibwa watugamba nti nno tutaddewo ennamba n'ebiringa ebyo abaana mubeere nga mubalwanirira batuuseewa mutuuseewa
yes okusookera ddala twacreatinga database legal database okusobola okumpiringa abantu bano bonna nga step emu kwesooka ti oli bw'aba alinako omuntu we yamugulako obanga yabuzibwawo oba ali mu kkomera oba gyali amanyiiyo omanyiiyo oba tomanyiiyo okuba ku ssimu ku namba y'essimu eyo bw'okuba ku namba y'essimu eyo tukuyingiza enamba y'essimu eyo gye twateeka ku social media obeera nga osobola okubeera ng'oyambi
oba okyagijjukira giro
eri 0781 993 603 enamba eyo bw'ogikubako otubulira omuntu yabula yani ekisookera ddala yabulira mu bitundu ki lirwe yabula bw'oba olinawo obusuubira okuba nti waali nakyo n'okituteeramu nenootuwa n'ennamba y'omuntu gwe tusobola okontakiti nga tunoonya omuntu oyo ekyokka kye tukwagalako ne tukuyingiza mu database then ne tunoonyereza abantu era njagala kukutegeeza nti okuva twateekayo ennamba eyo tuzimbya database tunoonyeza abaana bangi bannaffe abamu tubajja mu makomera ekitalya abamu tukizudde ndo olwa pressure gye twateekawo batransferingidde bajjiwa mu safe houses ne basuulibwa ekitalya era tukola ku nsonga zaabwe okuba nti baleetebwa mu makooti ag'enjawulo so tulinamu bangi nnyo barelatives baabwe be batutte be tufunidde freedom yaabwe naye ate tukyalina ne bannaffe abalala bangi nnyo abakyali mu buwambe nga tukyabanoonyerezako n'abakooti tukyabarepresentinga
waliwo Ronald Segawa omwogezi wa poliisi yagambye nti oyo alabika yali yeetabye mu bubbi kwe kukubwa kutuuka ku ekyo okyogerako okinga kanso wa bawano
kyennyamiza olw'ensonga kati ekizibu ekiriwo mu Uganda poliisi nga institution egundi enanga gyayogerera ekitiibwa enanga gyayogerera tekyalina credibility nti kati olwaleero oba tekyalina nsa abantu bakyagiraba mu nsa nti kati olwaleero Fred enanga buli kyayogera kyonna bannayuganda bakirabange ekyobulimba oba ekyakazanyirizi so ffe tugamba nti ekisingako obukulu bo nga poliisi balina kunoonyereza nti ani yatokyalinga omuntu olwo okutuuka ku eno level nga tebannajampinga to conclusions buli we bajampinga to conclusions bagamba nti alabika yeetaba mu bubbi naye tetukakasa bulungi babanga abeedifendinga ate ekyo kyongera okulaga munnayuganda nti waliwo ebitundu bingi ebikyali mu Uganda Police Force so ffe nga bannamateeka naffe abalwanyirizi b'eddembe tugamba tutya nti Uganda Police Force Fred Enanga tubadde tusawabeerawo ene violation eroopeddwa yadde oli mwogezi wa poliisi tolina kubeera nga osooka ku defendinga wabula osobola okubeera nga mu initiating investigations n'owa bannayuganda ekintu ekigumidde ate ekisembayo nga ate kyamazima n'ensonga endala kyekyokubeera nti nno poliisi Uganda Police Force erina okukola ku kifaananyi kyayo credibility kubanga olumu omuntu bw'alusinga credibility oba ensa ne bw'ayogera ekituufu abantu batandika okuba nga bamulabamu ebitundu zezo ensonga bbiri zenyiza okwogeramu
ogambye nti abakuba essimu balina kusinziira mu disitulikiti ki
essimu twagiteekako nga ya Uganda yonna kubanga NUP ezimbye rapid response team nga Shamim Maledezi omu ku ba head of legal team eyamba mu field okujja ba foot soldiers ne timu yonna eyaligo nga mujja banene nibo bakanso mwadangu nyingi kanso katana bawameri tuli bangi bameda tisegona so abantu babeere bagumu ne obeera ova mu district kye ya Uganda bwe tunyonyole tujja kubeera nga tugezaako okulaba nga tuyamba abantu abo bonna bannayuganda bonna bantu baffe ate bonna balonzi baffe
twalongo omukinjaji ebusege yakwatibwa kati wiiki agenda mu yaakuna bamuyita linnya lidduseemu junior naye kirabika nti tebakkiriza wadde okumulambula abantu tebamanyi gye bali banyina akaaba omuntu ng'oyo myaka 23 omuntu ng'oyo mwamulabyeko mwe mwamuwuliza
abantu baffe bangi
Stephen Mukasa
abantu baffe bangi nnyo betutafunye mukisa kulaba oba batulinayiza right okulaba era nammwe mwakiraba ekyo tekikyali kipya mu Uganda kyolumu omuntu n'owabeera ng'alina access ngasobola okufuna omuntu mu mateeka olumu asobola okulemesebwa okulaba omuntu oyo so ekyo si kipya ekyokugaana access kwa naye tugamba byemu ku bye tuvumirira era tukugamba nti emu ku nsonga lwaki bannayuganda bakooye bagamba bannandika tukyuse tufune ku mugigi omulala ogutegeera embeera empya eriwo ate ogu-preaching a peaceful transition of power so byebimu ku bye tuvumirira human rights violations ebyonna biri mu kulinyirira ddembe lya buntu biri mu kulinyirira bintu ebinolwekyo byonna tubivumirira
ati nga gwalwanya ayewaddeyo gavumenti ayesoboddeyo tolina kutiisibwatiisibwa ku waafunye wuyo oli wakamala okuwangula akalulu ate oyitawo otya
nga bwe nakutegeeza okutiisibwatiisibwako kubaddewo ebbanga lyonna ne wonna tubadde tutambulira mu mbeera ya kufa na kutiisibwatiisibwa naye nga bwe tukugamba ti kino ekintu kinene naffe kinene okutusinga kintu kya ggwanga kya buli munnayuganda ate kiri mukulembeddwamu katonda n'olwekyo obuvunaanyizibwa bwaffe kati si kusakambinga kukutiisibwatiisibwa nakweraliikirira tuba tunattibwa kubanga buli muntu waali afa n'olwekyo ffe tulina kuyimirira ku mazima nabwenkanya nakulaba nga ffe tukola kyetuteekeddwa okukola mu butuufu bwakyo ngate tetulumbaganye balala ngate tugoberera amateeka fe obuvunaanyizibwa ffe tuba tubukoze
tonaba kufuuka MP mutongo tonalayira emirimu kiki kyolowooza ku kibuga Kampala yadde tonnabituukako ebyo
ekisookera ddala ekibuga Kampala kyenkirowooza ku njagala kusooka kwebaza bannakampala mwenna ne bannayuganda mwenna bampagira mu ngeri emu oba endala nempita mu kalulu kano aka Kampala woman MP era nembanga nakawangula ku tiketi ya National Unity Platform era n'okwebaza aba diaspora community abagezaako okulaba nti bafandinga kampeyini yange mu ngeri emu oba endala ate ku bwannakyewa nga sibasabye naye ne babanga balaba nti kyetaagisa so teeki yange eri emu oba okusuubiza kwange kuli ku mukwe gwokwennyini Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu kabadde nga bategeeza NUP kyebagamba kiri kimu nti ffe abakulembeze be mulonze tuli baweereza bammwe nga mmwe bakama baffe n'olwekyo bannakampala ffe kye batutuma kyetukola naye nga mukimanyi nti ekintu ekikulembedde byonna twagala peaceful transition of power oba okukyusa obukulembeze mu mirembe kyetusinga okwagala oyo munnayuganda ali wano n'oyandaba n'oyo ali atasobola kwogera nga nze bwenjogera ekyo kyaluubirira tetwagala Uganda ya ntalo tetwagala Uganda ya revenge tetwagala Uganda ya gavumenti bano bakola kino twagala Uganda ey'emirembe kyobola baffe tukugamba mu NUP Shamim Malenda akugamba Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu akugamba ffe bwe tuteking over power twagala politics of national reconciliation and forgiveness politics azimba Uganda okuva from zero atuddemu tuzimbe eggwanga lyaffe ffenna nga tuli omuntu ki omu era kyetuguza ne bannaffe bano tibaveeko mu mirembe si kibi eggwanga lisobole okubeera nga lyongera okutambula basaabizeeko kye basaabizeeko ne generations endala zijje zisaavinge ensonga etambule kunje n'eggwanga litambule
eri alowooza nti abawala abakyala nga muli batono ku nsonga eno okuva akalulu ekaggwa abatandise okuba nti bajjumbira ensonga nga zino mu kooti tokyabalaba gye basibidde abantu abakyala betwalabanga nga bayita banno tetukyabalaba ekyo kituufu ovane
anti kati ekisookera ddala abantu baffe bangi bakwatibwa ne bawambibwa abalala ne basibibwa regimu teyasosola oba bakyala oba baami oba bato oba bakadde oba ba NUP oba ba other forces of change yayoola buki n'olwekyo bangi abaana baffe abawala abakyala abali under captivity abali mu bifo ebyenjawulo bye tutannaba kumanya abali ne mu makomera era abo byamu ku bo betunoonya okuvaayo naye ate era njagala kugamba nti abakyala baba forefront ku nsonga zino olutalo lwonna lubeeramu abalwanyi abalwana enwana ez'enjawulo si buli mulwanyi nti ayimirira wano kati omulwanyi omunsi asobola okulwanira ku kkooti ne mu kugyayo abantu ate omulwanyi omulala n'ayambira mu kuyamba abatalina mmere ate omulwanyi omulala n'ayamba ng'abakolamu omulimu ogw'enjawulo n'olwekyo abakyala batekinze emirimu mingi egy'enjawulo okulaba nga ffena at the end of the day kufuna enkyukakyuka ey'enjawulo naye nga bangi basibe era nga babuzibwawo era tukyabanoonya
Counsel oli mukyala okyali muwalamu Valentine etuuse mu biseera bya struggle ogenda kukola
ffe bya Valentine twabivaako kuba kaakati kyetuliko ssaawa eno tukyabanja buwanguzi bwaffe okuddamu okutegeera ekintu kyonna nga tussengulu nga tumaze okubanja obuwanguzi bwaffe nga Kyagulanyi ali mu State House awo kati nja kubasobola okwogera obulungi ku Valentine n'ebisigadde naye kati essaawa eno kyabanja buwanguzi bwa President Kyagulanyi Ssentamu tugende mu State House ate ne Parliament ya Kyagulanyi naye ekole ki ekola omulimu
akagamba akasembayo
njagala kusooka kwebaliza ddala bannakampala nnyo 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 n'amaanyi olw'okumpa obuwagizi obw'amaanyi ne munnonda mu bungi ne mumpa obululu emitwalo 31 n'obugwamu nga nzira kali mu mitwalo 9 bannange mwebale nnyo mwebali eddala mwe bakama baffe era fetula okuyimira ku mazima na bwenkanya ate ekirala kye njagala okubeebaza njagala kwebaza National Unity Platform nga pate yange ne President Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu okuba nti no akoze kinene nnyo mu kukyusa political landscape ya Uganda webale nnyo webali eddala n'okuba nti mwatussamu wesige n'okuba nti no mwadde bannayuganda essuubi empya gyebintu bino bisoboka ate era n'ekirala njagala okubeera nga nebaza munnayuganda yenna eyeewaddeyo bannayuganda bangi abafiiriddwa abaana baabwe bangi abaana baabwe abasibe bangi abantu babuzibwawo naye bannayuganda tebakobwa bannange mwebale nnyo mwebaliddala kwewaayo tugaba naffe tujja kumira wamu nammwe tetugenda kuba disappointinga era tuliwo okulwanira amazima n'obwenkanya kyekyo kye tubagamba era tulina batirira wabula okubeera nga tuyimirira ku mazima n'obwenkanya
tami images eyinza okwewana nti yasookola ddala okuwa interview empanvu ng'ekubuuza ogenda kwesimbawo banedda ng'oli awo tokusalawo togira tugambe nti nno kyakugudde obuwanguzi bwakuguddeko obugwiri oba watuuka nesalawo
omanyi kakati Shamimu Malende asubscribinga ku pati ya National Unity Platform kakati wobeera oyagala okwesimba ku kifo kyonna oteekamu nga walaba forms nomination bulizo ezisaba expression of interest ne babateeka mu kasengejja ne bagamba nti gundi yankola ki gundi gwe tusazeewo gundi yaddako kakati nange naye nina okuyita mu kasengejjaako oluvannyuma ndyoke kukakasa nti mutuufu nzijja
engeri gy'omanya amateeka wakikola olw'okuba nti wali omanya amateeka wabadde wapapa kuba ansa
sebasapapa kuwa ansa neŋŋamba nja kuwa ansa yennyini enzigumidde nga bamaze okumpa tiketi era olaba bamala okumpa tiketi ekintu nekitambulira ddala mwebale nnyo mwebale
olutalo lukyagenda mu maaso baganda bange olutalo lukyagenda mu maaso kyetwetaaga kwe kulaba nti tufunye tutya obuwanguzi bwaffe so
of course a number of our witnesses have been kidnapped but it is a matter that I do not intend to address here. We will get it when we file our evidence containing evidence of those that have been kidnapped all the time. Abantu baffe abawambiddwa bangi gye bali abamu tusobodde banunula abalala babawamba babakooye tukitegeezezza kooti era mujja kwongera okukifuna mu bujulizi bwaffe bwe tunaaleeta mu biseera ebigere nga bwe bitegedde n'olwekyo mutukkiriza tugende tukole ku filing ebo webale nnyo specifically ennaku ezibadde ezanjawulo kooti etugambye ewadde ennaku oba timeline nti tujja kuddamu ennaku z'omwezi 24 okutuula naye kooti etunudde ku nsonga y'okuba nti okufiringa mu kooti kubaako timelines n'obudde obutambula so etuwadde paka nga 14 okufiringa zonna affidavits zaffe ez'enjawulo n'abawawaabirwa babe nga baddamu balinaku z'omwezi 2 egambye weekend zegenda kugulawo registries okuba nti firing esobola okugenda mu maaso kati eno kyekiba kituleese olwaleero kyokuschedulinga kooti egambye tujja kukiddamu ng'ennaku z'omwezi 24 era ne application zonna zetwagadde okukola nga tutegeeza kooti ez'okudiscoveringa ebiwandiiko ebimu nazo zinakolebwa olwo olunaku so mufunze kooti negamba nti ate tujja kuwaayo enteekateeka y'okwewozaako oba written submission by Saturday olwomukaaga ng'ennaku z'omwezi 27 February era n'abawawaabirwa bana bagadde okwanukula
by 2nd March. Kakati olwo ennaku z'omwezi 5 kooti wesuubira okuwa omukisa buli ludda okuwa kibaita oral submission oba okwogera eri kooti ennaku z'omwezi 5 March okwogera eri kooti naye nga tunava kutuuka ku nnaku z'omwezi 5 ng'ennaku z'omwezi 25 na 26 kooti lwewadde okubanga tufuna kyebaita cross examination abajulizi ab'enjawulo okubayita mu kooti babuuzibwe babeere cross examined oba okubuuzibwa ebibuuzo era etuwadde zijja kuba dakiika 3 wonna batuwa submissions olwo wakati w'ennaku z'omwezi 7 n'ennaku z'omwezi 18 kooti ejja zikozesa okukola summary judgment era tusuubiza okuwa ensalawo yaayo ng'ennaku z'omwezi 18 omwezi gwa March. Ffe tulowooza nti obuvunaanyizibwa obukulu bwakwetegeka tugambe n'okwanguyako mu nkola y'okusaavinga nti buli ludda natugenda funayo omukiise ajje mu registry mwe baba bafayiringa service eyanguwa kubanga tuwaddeyo okwemulugunya nti waweebwaddeko betwetaaga mu katiko k'ebyokulonda kyanabafunibwa. And of course tulowooza nti era ne kooti esinzidde nnyo kyetuleyizinze nti abajulizi baffe bangi abadde balina okuba nga balayidde ebirayiro ate bawambibwa ebitongole ebikuumaddembe ate bwe balina poliisi nebakwata baali bawambibwa ate bwe balina poliisi negana ekyabanoonyerezaako so kituwaddemu okulwawo okukeerewamu okufayiringa buli kyetagisa naye tusuubiza kooti tujja kugondera timeline zetaddewo okuba nti tuzigoberera n'okuba nti tugezaako okulaba nga obujulizi bwe twetaaga bwonna tubuteeka ku court record. Ffe kitulowooza nti kooti ejja tuwa obwenkanya kubanga tugenda kulaba nga mu kaseera akatini ke tulina ate tweteekateeka bulungi nnyo.
balina okugoberera bigenda maaso bagamba nti buli kimu bawandikire nya submission kati oral submission kyakoza dakika 30 public oba ogiggadde ate fetulaba nti kyali badde kirungi naye mu luzungu tugamba nti justice not only be done it should be seen to be done kati abantu bafe bali balina okugoberera omusango balabe ki kigenda maaso kirimo obugeddeko naki naye bogamba nti muwandiike muwandiise biteekeyo abalamuzi babisome then mu kooti mujja kubalira dakika 30 kokka mwogere mwagala okwogera then mulinde ensala ya kooti tetulaba nti abantu ba bulijjo babalyazaamaanyiza olaba okwaffe baali badde nga basobola okugoberera omusango kuno nga nabo balaba kyekigenda kubanga amazima amatuufu funa omusango si gwakyagulanyizeza funa omusango gwa bannayuganda infact mu byaddala lwakubanga mateeka kibeera nti Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu versus Museveni versus Electoral Commission and the Attorney General naye nga mu byaddala it is Uganda versus Museveni so tulaba nti abantu ba bulijjo babalyazaamanyisa bagalire ebweru kakati submission nga dakika 30 ebisigadde muwandike muwandiisi so bwe tutyo bwetulaba ensonga eyo kyali badde kirungi bwewaawo tunalinda okulaba abalamuzi banaatereezamu kaawo naye twalirabye nti oral submission baabizongeddemu kakiraga abantu ba bulijjo bagoberere omusango kubo balabe kyekigenda owawo obudde banaatwala okusoma era
Counsel, ani nsaba ompeeko brief. Alright friends, I think we've come to the end of today's pre-hearing. You've got it very well. By the 18th of March we shall have got to know the outcomes of this election petition where it's Uganda versus Museveni. Yeah, that's the best way to put it. So guys, thank you for watching. Just like I told you earlier on, that if I fail to bring to you video, at least I'll give you the audio, but I'll make sure that I get to you each and every court hearing, every court session. Yeah, just subscribe to this channel. Don't forget to inform a friend, to tell a friend that yes, JB Muwonge will be giving us live from live feed from the court. So 24th, be prepared. Yeah, basically that is that. And the other thing, kindly inform your friends that kidnapping, abducting our friends, our comrades is still ongoing. Yeah, very many comrades of ours are being abducted, they are being kidnapped. Actually, I get very many messages in my inbox of Facebook and even WhatsApp, where people are reporting disappearances of their loved ones. Actually, yes, some I always share you on Facebook. So it is still ongoing. Let us be each other's keeper. Let us be very vigilant. Let us be very alert, because of course the dictator is in panic. Yeah, the dictator is in panic and is doing whatever he can to secure and cement his longevity in power. But guess what? This is a different generation. We shall plant codes of mental greatness in our people, such that it sparks of an understanding in them that we need a non-fictional socio-economic and political change, man. Yeah, just like I told you, it is a process and it is not yet over until it is over. Altua continua. Okay guys, unless someone has a question for me, but I think I'm also saying bye-bye for now. Unless someone has a question for me, but if not that, then I would say bye-bye for now. We shall connect later on. I think no one has a question. Dubai Dream, Mr. JB, I don't know your WhatsApp number. Want my WhatsApp number? My WhatsApp number, though I'm not very active on WhatsApp, that one I have to let you know. Yeah, I'm not so active. I open it like once a day in the evening, maybe during lunchtime there. I'm not so I'm active, but not so much. It is there. Yeah, I open it to get updates in most cases, but that's my WhatsApp number. I've typed it for you there. So people send me, actually just send that information. Disappear. If you have a brother, we shall make a post. Always attach any information, maybe the location, maybe the how do they call it, the name of the person missing, the location where he was taken from. Some people send me information which is half-baked and I don't post that. Yeah, some people come up with cooked information, but of course you can easily tell that this is cooked. First of all, they don't know the location, they claim it is their relative, they don't know the name, and we're like, okay, now you don't know the name of the person, but you claim is your relative, okay, and then, okay. So guys, once you send that information, make sure that you attach the photo, the location, and as well as the name, the details of the person, such that we can upload. Yeah, the good news is that the last post I made, the gentleman was discovered. He was in Chitalia. That he was who? Let me get the name. Someone sent me his name is who? Let me first get it here. They had to search for him after I uploaded it. I made a post about him and he was found in Chitalia. That is who. Let me see here. Who is that one? Let me scroll through these posts and I get to see the name. here's the guy, Matovu Peter. Yeah, Matovu Peter. Let me show you the photo. So this guy, his friend, family friend, sent me all details, and then I had to post him. Yeah, they managed to find him in Chitalia. That is the guy. He was found putting on a cape, having a Bobiwine photo and a mask for NEP, and he was taken. They didn't know where he was, and when we raised the alarm, yeah, they had to, you know, I don't know how they made it, but I'm very sure they involved the legal team, and they found him in Chitalia. Because I got a response from the gentleman. He told me, JB, thank you, and then he was like, he narrated it to them how he was rushed to march in the military barracks, whatever court, that kind of thing, and then he was taken into Chitalia. Like they wanted to do to this brother of ours, Selector Devi. Remember, for him, he had to immediately call his family, and they had to rush very quickly. That's how our brother Selector Devi survived being taken into Chitalia. So our brother here, Matov Peter, did not, and very many others. This is just one. So keep sending those photos, videos, and any information of a missing person, and any video of voter fraud, anything that can help us push the message further. You know that. So basically that is that. Those who wanted the WhatsApp number, I give it to you to continue sending that info. Alright guys, have a wonderful time wherever you are. And I know some of you it's morning, some of you it's evening, some of you it is afternoon, maybe you're going to sleep. So just have a wonderful time. But as you sleep, as you start your day, as you enjoy your afternoon, as you take that tea, just get to know that Uganda is bleeding, and we have to do whatever it takes to stop that bleeding.
Uganda is bleeding, people are dying, we've heard from about police brutality. We raise our voices to everybody who can hear us, and call upon every nation, please offer us some help. We raise our voices to everybody who can hear us, and call upon every nation, please offer us some help. So much out of our control, whatever's being done around, shooting us without control, but we cannot fight anywhere. We are just unarmed citizens seeking for change in our nation. We only raise our voices high, yearning for change in our country. Our Ugandans got no right to speak of what goes around. No humanity in the government is taking our peace away. Raise our voices to everybody who can hear us, and call upon every nation, please offer us some help. We raise our voices to everybody who can hear us, and call upon every nation, please offer us some help. Mighty God, we ask of you, hear our humble cry. It isn't easy for us to just dictate away. We are losing our beloved ones, parents and innocent children. The regime has massacred Uganda's their own country home. Uganda bleeds because of them, it sheds tears because of them. You've tortured us in every way, you've taken our peace away. Voices to everybody who can hear us, and call upon every nation, please offer us some help. We raise our voices to everybody who can hear us, and call upon every nation, please offer us some help. Katonda tukumire, President waffe, Shagulanyi, byesubire tulina Uganda yaffe.
every nation.
Please offer us some help. We raise a voice to everybody who can hear us and call upon every nation. Please offer us some help. Katonda tukumire, President waffe, Kyagulanyi yasubira tulina
mu Uganda yaffe.
Abana bakaba, buli omu asinda, tetulina ssuubi lyonna. Kyagulanyi ly'essuubi lyaffe, Mukama tuyambe. We raise a voice to everybody who can hear us and call upon every nation. Please offer us some help. We raise a voice to everybody who can hear us and call upon every nation. Please offer us some help. Come and raise a voice to everybody who can hear us and call upon every nation. Please offer us some help. We raise a voice to everybody who can hear us and call upon every nation. Please offer us some help.
We are not going to give up. We are not your slaves, and we are not going to be slaves in our own land.
Perfect. You heard it from the president himself. We are not going to give up. We are not slaves until the end of each and everything. Tetuyina kuzikiza baganda bange. A lot is going to happen. A lot happens. Just like I always say, this struggle we took on to end dictatorship is a series of episodes. Some episodes are going to feature, moments of joy, moments of sorrow, sad moments and good moments. But guess what? That's life. It's a combination of such. It's always a fusion of such opposing entities. Sorrow, joy, and all that kind of thing. But guess what? No one can be happy from the day they are born until the day they die. No one can be sad from the day they are born to the day they die. It's always a zigzag kind of. There is no straight route to destiny. It's always a zigzag. So guess what? It always seems impossible, just like dictators always make it look like. They make it look like, putting an end to brutality, to murder, to kidnap, to unemployment, to corruption, to sectarianism, to nepotism, to tribalism, and all that kind of thing. They make it look like it is impossible. But the fact of the matter is, it is very, very possible. If it was not possible, we wouldn't have seen this massive rigging. They know. Now, the reason as to why they have to hack into NUP accounts and then post concession letters, the reason as to why they have to keep kidnapping our agents, forcing them to sign new declaration forms, the reason as to why they have to, up to now, surround of our NUP offices, the reason as to why they have to detain the entire, media team, security team, and all other, confidants of our President Kyagulanyi. You can't tell me that is for nothing. Come on, they know. So they should not lie to you. They should not lie to you. All you need to do is to amplify, to recharge your mental batteries, and we keep pushing until the gates of a new Uganda widely open for each and everyone, regardless of their differences, political, religion, race, class, and all that kind of thing. So guys, I wish you a lovely time. Let's keep following, let's keep pushing. It's not yet over until it's over. I remain JB Muwonge.